status of the president. And it's titled, "The Uganda Law Society condemns latest arrest warrant against President Isaac Ssemaka." And it is dated today, the 27th of February, 2025. The Uganda Law Society strongly condemns the Uganda Road Chief Magistrates Court decision to issue another arrest warrant against its president, Isaac Ssemaka. This warrant, issued on Monday, 24th February 2025, is the second in less than 2 weeks, following a similar warrant issued by then High Court Judge Musa Sekana on 14th February 2025, which Jude called the Valentine's gift to the Uganda Law Society. We view these actions as a blatant abuse of judicial power and a continuation of the ongoing judicial harassment of our president. Despite the Uganda Road Court's awareness of the President Ssemaka's ongoing revision application in the High Court of Uganda, challenging an earlier ruling by the Chief Magistrate, Ronald Kaizi, the lower court chose to ignore these developments and still went ahead to issue a warrant of arrest. Like I said, the second one in less than 2 weeks. The ULS is deeply concerned that the judiciary is being used as a tool for persecution rather than upholding the rule of law and ensuring justice. We urge the High Court and Court of Appeal to expedite the hearing of our President's corrective actions and put an end to this blatant abuse of power. We call upon all stakeholders to join us in condemning this judicial harassment and to stand in solidarity with President Ssemaka and the ULS. Today, it is President. The next date could be you. The next date could be me. All we are saying is judicial power should be used to serve the interest of individuals and to promote the rule of law, but not to punish or to persecute individuals. That is our statement. I thank you all for listening to me, and thank you for coming once again. George Musi, my good friend and a colleague, thank you very much for sparing time to come and speak to the members today about the various issues. As you're aware, we launched this R&B Live weekly update for purposes of connecting with the membership and other members of the public to remain relevant so that people do not question what we are doing, what is council doing, but we speak to the people. And also in the area of promotion or promoting rule of law, we keep discussing pertinent issues at a time, issues that are affecting the area of rule of law and justice at a time. That is why we thought this was one of those avenues we should have that. So I thank my colleagues, Judge Musis, for clearly elaborating the issues. We've been seeing these things in the media, but when we have one of our own elaborating and answering questions, it gives hope to the members of the public out there who believe ULS should serve them, who believe ULS has a duty to fight for them. And that's what we do. That's what we shall keep fighting for. Now, if you notice from Council Jude's presentation, he gave us the status, the current status, beginning with an outcry from the candidates. One thing I believe everyone knows is that this whole aspect of having members or representatives to the Judicial Service Commission go through an election came through the Radical New Bars policy of democratization. It has never happened. This is the very first time. And just as we expected, of course, it would face backlash. The members or the representatives of ULS at the Judicial Service Commission have always been selected by the sitting president. But as the Radical New Bar, we felt it is wrong. We needed to respect court's pronunciation, democracy, and the Constitution, and allow members of the bar to participate in selecting who should represent them because of the significance of Judicial Service Commission, because of the load of the work and the responsibility they are tasked with. Unfortunately, that process was put on hold. We were supposed to have this on the 17th of December last year, which we felt should have been a Christmas gift to all the members of the Uganda Law Society. Anyone who loves democracy, any member of Uganda Law Society should have been proud of that. Now, it so happened that that EOGM was stopped. We had some overzealous members of the society whom I would say probably do not have, the treasurer talked about members who should love their society, running to court to stop this process. And just like you also heard the treasurer give updates, and just like you heard Jude talk about the governance issues, how we manage issues as council, we had three major areas of discussion. As the society, we need to learn how to run our affairs without involving other people who do not need to go to court to help us or to guide us on how the society should be run. We should be independent. If we are saying we want to talk about the independence of the legal profession, we should depict that. We should be able to run our affairs, manage our affairs without involving outsiders or people to decide for us. And someone was asking, how did we get here? How did this all begin? You had council explaining, and of course, like we're saying, it's a governance issue. It started when we saw the elected secretary, Munabi Philip, issue erratic statements to the public that is dismissing the president and myself from council. And that is something we should be able to manage on our own. We don't even need to run to court to get a solution for that. And of course, as the majority of council, we sit and make a decision. We think this is something, because of that conduct, the membership to whom we are accountable, because we are accountable to the members who voted us into office, should be the ones to handle this issue. Pending that, we felt as council, through a resolution, these erratic members, that is Munabi Philip then, and the central representative, should be suspended pending the EGM, where all these matters should be discussed. Members should be allowed, the membership should be allowed to participate in the governance issue. They should discuss that issue. So we felt we need to have an EGM to discuss that, the issue of governance and the behavior of some of us, members of council. The books of account, the treasurer is giving us piecemeals of how we found the status of the society's books or finances, which should have been done at that time. And also the most important, the voting for the Judicial Service Commission, which all was put to a hold, like I said, by some members we feel do not have any love for the society, because that should have been the only solution. I still believe that EGM or the EOGM or a meeting of the members should have been the solution for whatever is happening, be it a governance issue, be it whatever. But that is how we ended up here. Now, I want to assure the members online, those who are here physically, that we do take our mandate very seriously. We don't sit in these offices to serve our own interests, but rather the interests of the membership. And we must take that with humility. We must do what we're supposed to do. Of course, pending or after the decision of court, you saw again other actions. Earlier today, I did issue a statement concerning that, the actions of some of the members. We all know that in the court's decision, Justice Sekana stressed that whichever decisions we should take, they should be taken as council. Even if the secretary is to call for a meeting, it should be in consultation of council. But then again, like Jude said, before we got to that point, we had tried avenues of, amicable settlement and having this out of the way for the benefit of the society and the good of the membership. Unfortunately, that wasn't done. And we still have the same members who still want to frustrate this process. That was the reason I chose to issue a formal statement, because members are asking so many questions. Members are asking questions, the answers are very limited. And I will go through that statement again briefly in, I'll paraphrase. This being our statement, the Uganda Law Society, statement on the unlawful actions of Philip Nabi. He was around. It's unfortunate that he left. I felt probably this should have also been an opportunity to have an engagement, a proper engagement, because if our intentions are clear, then they should really be clear to serve the benefit of the society. So as Uganda Law Society, we strongly condemn the unlawful actions of Advocate Philip Nabi, who circulated a deceptive notice for an extraordinary council meeting on 24th February 2025 without consulting council members. This move is a clear contempt of the High Court decision in Miscellaneous Cause number 263 of 2024, which emphasizes that the Secretary's mandate is exercised in consultation with the Council. Munabi's actions are part of a larger pattern of behavior that led to his initial suspension from Council and a subsequent criminal complaint against him and his accomplices. We urge the Court of Appeal to expedite the hearing of our appeal to determine the legality of the Council's decision to suspend an errant member pending a decision of the General Assembly. We will continue to monitor the situation and take necessary steps to protect the interests of the ULS and its members. We advise members to remain calm and ignore Munabi's erratic behavior, as he will be held accountable eventually. If you notice, this notice, which was apparently addressed to us, council members individually, was circulated all over social media on a Saturday, purportedly calling for a council meeting on a Monday. We are all practicing advocates. We have work to do. But most important, the court was very clear. Even if we are to enforce, we say we respect court orders. We cannot, someone asked a question, we have to respect what court has ordered. But you also see this as contempt because it's outside what court ordered, what court directed. We believe this is aimed at creating confusion within the membership and creating a state of uncertainty. But I can assure you, I want to assure you that we shall not allow to be taken down that drain. We do serve the membership, we are accountable to the membership, and whatever we do is in the interest of the membership. Now, I also had questions about the president. Jude clearly stated the president has individual lawyers handling his matters, but we cannot again run off from the fact that events have happened that are also making us have so many questions. The members of the public, the members, Uganda Law Society members, asking so many questions. And as you are aware, before the happenings, before all this unfolded, the president had traveled out of the country on official duty. At the time he was in Kigali. Right now he's in Zanzibar attending the East Africa Law Society Council induction. And all this happened when he was out of the country. And I must say the happenings are so unfortunate. As you've seen, it is also a pattern which we've noticed since we took over office. It's a pattern that is absurd because we know the bar and the bench must work together for the good of the public, for the good of the country. We cannot work separately. One cannot fight the other because at the end of the day, it's the common person that suffers. Again, as the bar, we also, I'll stress what my colleague Jude stated, we must fight for the independence of the legal profession. All these laws, the ULS Act we talked about is an act of 1956, everyone has talked about it. I think the time it came into force, there should have been around less than 100 lawyers. Right now, we're over 6,000. I've been presiding over an enrollment process today where 300 members are coming on board. Now, if we fail to have a proper way of resolving our affairs at this stage, if we cannot protect the independence of the legal profession at this stage, what will happen in the next few years when the members are 3 times the number we have? So as Uganda Law Society, we do condemn the actions, or what I would call the persecution of the president, Uganda Law Society, trying to send a message because I believe this message is being sent out to all the members, not just one individual. This is a message that is being sent to all of us, that we can handle, we can take care of you. We can manage you, we can punish you. And we believe it is affecting not just the image of Uganda Law Society, but also the image of the judiciary. Just, I think yesterday, I was reading a post by, a member of the public, someone who says they do not understand law. They are not very well educated. But by the time this person has noticed that there is a fight between the bar and the bench, and he's saying, if judges and lawyers cannot resolve their disputes, how can we trust them with our disputes? And this lady says, I'm actually very worried. That's why I said the image it sends out there is very bad. We need to look inside our hearts and we resolve this, because it doesn't only portray the bar or the lawyers generally in a bad picture, but also the bench, because people look at us with hope that we are going to resolve their disputes. We are always preaching to them certain things like mediation, out of court settlement, and then they see us seemingly fighting, which is really absurd. And to that effect, I do have also our statement regarding the president, the status of the president.